Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Full Self-Driven back again with another video for you. It is April 4th, 2024. We are on update number 2024.3.10, which is version 12.3.3 of Full Self-Driving Supervised. Here we go. We've got a drive set up for you today. And once it, there we go. I've taken a little bit of this route before. Some of it I'm not familiar with, some of it I am. At least familiar with full self-driving, driving it recently, so we'll see. See how it does. A lot of this I know very well. I have been... Yeah, I see you. You can flash your lights all you want. Oh, that's great. There's another car. Okay, he's gonna wait for me. So I just can't see that, but it pulled right out in front of that truck and couldn't see what was going on around that curve. But it was quite dangerous, actually. Luckily he stopped for us because the car was trying to roll back but didn't know what it should do because it can't put itself into reverse and back up yet unless you tell it to park. So it didn't really know what to do, and it didn't have the confidence to go until he was finally there. Yeah, it seems to be just lacking some sort of confidence, at least. It will get me there without me intervening for the most part now. It doesn't necessarily get stuck. It will eventually do something, but it does some things very slow, like, you know, pulling out right there when it should have just given it some gas and gone in front of him. At that point, you know, commit to what you've already done. I'll probably have to take over up here. It looks like they have police blocking the road. I'm not sure if they've got road work going on or something else, but yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take over for this. I doubt it will realize to make this left, but hey, it's a new version. Maybe it will. We'll see what it does. Oh, it's going through. It says okay, we'll figure it out. I'm actually surprised it didn't just try to go up to it and stop. I really don't know what it's doing here. But I guess it's just getting out of people's way. Luckily that car behind me followed and didn't try to go around us to confuse it anymore. But yeah, they're funneling everybody through here. I don't know if they're doing road work right there. They might be pulling up that... There's metal plates in the road right there, so I just saw some construction crews go by, or trucks go by, it looked like. So they might actually be pulling up those metal plates that have been in the way. It needs to make a decision and go, though, while it has a chance. Okay, it did. Sorry. Really rather just not bothered with any of that right now. But yeah, if you see off to the side right there, there's those metal plates in the road. Maybe that's what they're pulling up, and that's why they closed off the road there. doesn't seem to take wide enough turns. I almost had to get stuck on me earlier in an intersection making a left because it wanted to go to the middle, which is great and all. When it's multiple lanes and it's very hard to wait for a block on all sides, but it cut it very weird and wouldn't go wide. Right there it went plenty wide, but it wouldn't go wide into the median to sit there and wait. I was almost stuck out behind me. I didn't have my camera up to record the footage, but unfortunately, it was a very eerie feeling because I had to eventually take over to, you know, move it up and kind of maneuver sideways into that space that it should have done to begin with when it took the initiative to go out there. But unfortunately, and I have on previous updates had it where it goes to the middle, not all the time, but I've had it do that. I've got footage of it trying to complete a U-turn. Most times it wouldn't even attempt it, but I had it attempt it one time. It was a very weird feeling. I don't know if it was trying to make a left, because I had the U-turn set and it was set on the map, but it eventually, you know, started to kind of make a left into this complex and then just went for the full-on wraparound U-turn, and it was very jarring the way it threw you sideways, kind of, because you were like, oh, of course it's not going to do a U-turn, it's just going to go into this complex, I'm going to have to take over, but no, it sure enough did it eventually, and I didn't have my camera up for that, but I did record it in my dash cam footage, so I could potentially unplug my hard drive, plug it into my computer, and upload that footage that way. It is very interesting though. Look out, I will have a video coming out soon. It will either be out before this video is uploaded, or, you know, possibly right after, depending on when I get it filmed. Look right there, so it should have stayed in the leftmost lane right there, but it veered into this lane that ends up there. So, because there was a turn lane that opened up, there was this lane we were in, and then it just veers into this lane. No blinker, no sense of telling anyone, hey, I'm coming over, because I don't even think it realized that it changed into a different lane, even though it clearly did on here. I know that lane opened up back there, but it opened up previous to this intersection behind us right here. It opened up back there, so it's just very weird how it maneuvers itself into here with no blinker, no action, just acting like it's normal when it's very much not. Now it needs to get over. It doesn't like to notice this, or if it does, it doesn't like to put on its blinker, but hopefully there we go. I had it recently just swerve over the last second and get very close to that curb right there. Oof. Even that right there was like, come on. I felt like I was going to be rear-ended for a second. I had to even look up just to make sure. But yeah, when it does things like that, I mean, it's very awkward, you know? I don't know why 90% of the time someone's pulling into those apartments on the left right there. If it could grasp some sort of remembrance of that, have a memory of that occurrence happening ever so often, that it could just, anticipate that a car is most likely going to be slowing down and turning there. Because most of the cars jam on brakes there, and then it sets a domino effect of people jamming on brakes. But yeah, it's still to the I'd like to say it's full self-driving is still to the point where, it's great for me to use it every day, commuting to and from work and traffic. It's a little bit later today, so I won't be in as much traffic. Just avoiding the highway for a wreck, but it's very much so just available for me to use. I mean, obviously I can use it when anyone's in the car, any friend, family member, any person I'm giving a ride to, coworker, whatnot. But most of the time, unless it's a good friend that's interested in watching it, quite honestly, it's kind of embarrassing putting it on sometimes, because I can drive better than it majority of the time. Not saying like we're not getting there, and it could be there in a year or so to where it pays attention way more than I do. But right now it feels like it puts me in a lot more instances where I feel like I'm going to get in an accident, whereas if I was driving the vehicle, controlling it, I wouldn't have even felt that necessarily. And so I guess that's a good point to make, is it's there to where it can get me point A to point B without me doing basically anything. Like you saw, it went around that road work and everything, but I can't use it for everyday people in my car, I wouldn't want to use it with my child, obviously. It's a pothole. So back there, that light that we just went through a quarter mile ago or so, that's the light normally I make a left at to do my route that I'm very familiar with, but going a little bit different direction today, going somewhere, and I just thought I'd put it a little bit further down to make these turns instead of back there, because those were not what I was looking for, to be honest. I think this is a neighborhood, but it says it's a 30, so it's quite alright. The slow down signs for the children are knocked over, put down for some reason. Maybe they only put them up when the children are actually at play. That'd be very nice, but I don't think most people do that. Needs to go now, and neither of us are making a decision. It finally did go, but it just took it a very, I almost put my foot on the pedal, but I decided to wait since he was making a left too, and he seemed confused. I thought, well, I'll give it a shot and see how it reacts to this, but I used to drive down this road almost every day back when I was much younger, 15 years ago or something. But seems like I'm almost just as familiar with it. There it goes again with just a massive, like, I don't understand what the deal with the braking is. It's not like I'm speeding or anything. I hover my foot over the pedal and wait in case I need to do anything. But and I'll tell you honestly if I do have to intervene, because I'm testing the car. You know, I want everyone to see, including myself, what the car is capable of. At the same time as being safe and, you know, not endangering other people's lives or myself, or even, you know, damaging my own car. Because obviously Tesla's not liable for that. And that's a huge line where people think, oh, Tesla should be liable for that. Of course, a car manufacturer is never going to be liable for that. I mean, you're paying them for a feature or a software. And see, I've never done that on this most recent build. We're gonna, well, I'm gonna exit this off, but I don't want to ruin the video and take over. So I'll try to give you 0 disengagements. Hopefully there's a cul-de-sac or something that we can get into and get around. Oh, of course there's a truck here. So it's going to be very hard for the car, I think, to do what it needs to do here. But we'll see how it maneuvers it. It looks like it might actually have it. I've seen it where it gets caught in instances every time I get into a cul-de-sac and doesn't know how to get out of there. But right there, I mean, I never had to intervene. And you see, that's what I'm looking for, is for it to get you to point A to point B and you not have to do anything. If it could always back you into a space, then you could always start from that space, and, you know, as long as the cameras can see everything, hopefully it can get itself, inch itself out of the space and get going from the parking lot, or I've seen it get going from the driveway or pull into the driveway. So it does quite a lot that you would sit there and say, hey, you know, wow, that's impressive. Because it really is. We're gonna put another stop in here. Really, I want it to go this way. That's what I want it to do. So I'm just gonna tell it to go that way instead. And we'll probably just cut the video up here. I do want to see how it takes this windy road. Then yeah, we'll be uploading either right before or right after this video comes out a video with roundabouts, and I have an unprotected left turn that I really would love to show on camera. I've tested it quite a few times, but since I got my camera overheating issues, I think slowly sorted out, and hopefully audio issues as well. You know, I've had an issue multiple times with it, so hopefully this will help that where there is no problem, and, you know, I can give y'all exactly that footage I want without it cutting, without me having to turn on and off the, you know, GoPro, and then I have to let it cool off a lot of times, which is really not the best. But as long as that's not the case, you know. I do I do believe the unprotected left turn, sorry, where I was going earlier, was closed for road work for a while this past month and a half, and I'm really hoping they've got it open. I mean, I don't know how much longer you can keep a road closed, but, you know, I think they were paving and, you know, digging up and putting in stuff as well before they're paving, so hopefully it gets to a point where at least the road is open so I can get on there and get out of it onto the main drag where that unprotected left turn is. It's a very busy, not necessarily highway, but it's probably like a 55 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour, so it's a great opportunity for it to make left turns where it's a busy road with people going, you know, high rates of speed. It's got to make it across lanes, and a lot of times it's got to sit in the middle, or else it just, you know, would sit at that stop sign for minutes at a time without being able to do anything. So hopefully I'll have the opportunity to record some of that footage, as well as a few different loops with multiple roundabouts, and get that out and uploaded. Mainly just uploading for friends and family. You know, I'm just starting to edit videos, and it's kind of just like a side hobby, and it's nothing big. I'm just enjoying it and just putting it out there. So I hope you enjoy. Of course, you know, if you do like it, I'd appreciate you know, thumbs up, subscribing to me, my channel, Full Self-Driven. I thought about, you know, putting some stuff out on Instagram and TikTok as well, possibly, but we'll see. For the most of it, it's just gonna be me doing YouTube videos, and we're able to record in, you know, the 8.7 ratio, you know, for phones to view for apps and stuff, so it's good for that as well. So I've thought about, you know, it's an easy, not even really conversion to, you know, just record one video and then put it out in both, not have to edit it around, which isn't the end of the world to begin with, but it is still something to think about having to do. And it's just seamless with the GoPro 11. And that's why I got it for that feature, and it was on sale for an amazing deal way back when. And just had a lot of issues with it where I had to work out different video settings and different accessories for it. And it's a great camera if you can work it out and, you know, get all the kinks figured out. But there's other great cameras out there for sure. And I'm not sure what the best is, to be honest, but we're just gonna end the trip here. I'll definitely be doing some more here soon, but for the most part, we're just gonna be putting out some raw footage, put in some edits here and there if I have to put videos together, or, you know, maybe start editing in pictures or videos of stuff I'm talking to you about, or clips, eventually, if I can pull up all of those old ones. But I'd love to show you my journey with this full self drive. And there we go again. Did you see that? It almost ran the light. I just kept it running to see if it would. But I'm glad everyone else got to see that. Just, we'll end with that because that was pretty nuts. Here's, basically there's a double light, and I normally come from this left side, cutting across, but I thought I'd take a different route today, just to give it some more turns and difference. And it didn't seem like it even recognized this light was red and the second one was green. So hopefully hopefully it can adjust for that in the future. It is realizing that that is a right arrow to only use with that right turn lane. I'm not sure if I'm assuming it would go if we were in that right turn lane waiting. But that was, again, very, very weird. And just glad I got that on footage for you. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off. Appreciate anyone watching this. And again, give us a thumbs up, like, or subscribe to our channel if you enjoy the content. Thanks again.